54%. That's how many adults worldwide report being happy, with 14% of feeling very happy and 50% somewhat happy. By the way, where are my manners? Welcome back, Sidekickers! You have been missed in this last week and it is amazing to be with you in a new video. Today, we will dive into the basic concepts and theories surrounding happiness, and not to mention, we have a challenge at the end of the video. Now, we will see some graphs from a global happiness study by Ipsos conducted in 2019. Feel free to pause the video to take a look at the graphs and maybe find your own country's results. This is the happiness based on countries that the study was conducted in. And here is a breakdown of countries. Even though we want to think of happiness as a one-size-fits-all feeling, the truth is quite the opposite. Happiness has layers: short-term, medium-term, and long-term. Here's a breakdown. Short-term is your current feelings and emotions. Medium-term is your subjective life satisfaction, whereas the long-term is your conscious approach to flourishing as a human being. Aristotle believed that intellectual pursuits and excellence were crucial, but friends, wealth, and a good role in society matter too. We can summarize Aristotle's opinions to 3 points. It's not enough to be skilled or talented to live a good life. To achieve happiness, we must be engaged in intellectually stimulating activities that drive us to excellence, but friends, wealth, and power are also important. So, what are the main reasons people reported around the globe that makes them happy the most? Well, here's a breakdown. Take a look at this. According to this graph, where people reported their sources of happiness which provided them the greatest happiness, a person's health and physical well-being comes first, then their children, then their relationship with their partner in love. Reflecting on this information, the source that gives PsychKick the most happiness is when Sidekickers decide to move out of the shadows and like the videos and subscribe to the channel. Also, bringing in more Sidekickers by simply sharing the video is ecstatic for us. Remember, we grow with your support and feedback, so feel free to share your thoughts with us in the comments section. Coming back to our video, there are 3 main theories around happiness. The freedom of choice theory. Societies that give people more control over their lives tend to have happier citizens. Because, based on this theory, the freedom of choice is the one that has the major impact on people's happiness. The self-determination theory. Science shows that being free to make your own choices without pressure from others is important for living a fulfilling life. The positive psychology theory. This theory states that instead of just fixing problems, we should also prioritize building happiness and overall well-being. Hold on. The ideas about happiness we've talked about so far are heavily influenced by Western culture, emphasizing personal success and individual goals, but there are other ways of thinking about it. Generally, West has a more individualistic culture that also highlights itself in the structure of happiness as well. While Western people's happiness concept is more related to personal achievements and self-fulfillment, Eastern people's happiness concept is related to achievement in societal goals, being a culture where individual happiness is much less valued. In fact, expressing happiness in the East can be inappropriate in many situations, and there is a belief that too much happiness can bring negative consequences. In the East, social harmony and fulfilled roles equals to happiness. 6-factor model of well-being. 1 is self-acceptance. Embrace all aspects of yourself, the good, the bad, and the quirky. 2. Autonomy. Think for yourself and express your unique voice. 3. Environmental mastery. Feel in control of your surroundings and your life's course. 4. Personal growth. Continuously learn and strive to become a better you. 5. Positive relationships. Strong bonds with loved ones are happiness anchors. 6. Purpose in life. Find meaning in pursuing goals that you deeply care about. Okay, but is this the ultimate happiness checklist? Perhaps not, but it's a powerful starting point. We'll delve deeper into positive psychology in a future video, so stay tuned. Moving on, we have two different types of happiness: natural happiness and synthetic happiness. Natural happiness is easy, the happiness you feel when you get what you want. Synthetic happiness is a little bit more tricky, the happiness that you feel when you don't get what you want. For an example, you're engaged and at one point your fiancé throws off the wedding ring. Then you feel like, well, I think I'm better off without this marriage. Think of a time where you had the urge of discussing an important situation with your romantic partner and you thought it would go catastrophic. But in fact, it went much better than you thought. Impact bias is the tendency to overestimate the hedonic impact of future events. There are a few ways that this happens. Generally, events are more serious as intensity and duration in our heads in comparison to when they actually happen. Even the major life traumas have no impact on happiness after 3 months. Of course, there are exceptions to this. Just a reminder that we'll be deep diving into PTSD later on. Oh boy, we have a lot to cover. So, our simulation devices in our heads probably prepare us for the worst. And if the worst turns out to be true, then it says, okay, let's just forget and carry on. Of course, this happens most of the time, not all of the time. The skills to happiness. The skill of disputing unrealistic, catastrophic thoughts. The skill of getting engaged and getting in the flow as described by this psychologist that I'm in trouble of pronouncing his last name. The skill of figuring out your key strengths. Also, gratitude is a skill, too little practice that amplifies satisfaction about the past. Key takeaways from the video. 1. Happiness is multifaceted. It's a blend of short-term emotions, life satisfaction, and a sense of purpose. 2. Focus on what you can control. While external factors play a role, prioritize aspects like healthy habits, strong relationships, and activities that bring you meaning. 3. Challenge negative thoughts. Don't let unrealistic fears hold you back, which is easier said than done, of course. 4. Develop the skills for happiness. Practice gratitude, identify your strengths, and learn to get into the flow state. 5. Embrace synthetic happiness. Sometimes what seems like a setback can lead to a happier outcome. Remember, happiness is a journey, not a destination. There will be ups and downs, but by equipping yourself with the right tools and mindset, you can navigate life's twists and turns with greater joy and resilience. This week, Sidekickers, I challenge you to choose one of the 6 factors of well-being and identify an action you can take to strengthen it. Maybe it's practicing self-compassion, setting a goal for personal growth, or simply taking the time to appreciate the positive relationships in your life. Share your chosen action and how it impacts your happiness in the comments below. Be sure that I will be doing the same with you in this challenge. So, keep exploring, keep growing, and keep kicking happiness into high gear. Don't forget to subscribe now and turn the notifications on to be the first to know when we release a new video. See you next week. Remember, you are loved and appreciated, and take care.